This is Pranav Guha Thakurta from EduTV, the first Indian television channel for education. We have our guest today, Madam Anuradha Ramesh. She's the principal of NPS School, Agara, Bangalore. She's got more than 30 years of experience in roughly all the sectors of education, like maybe it's content, management, teachers training. Fine. And our host is Mr. Yasin Patel. He's the Associate Director of Vidyashilp University, Bangalore. Over to you, Yasin.
Very warm welcome, ma'am. It gives us an immense pleasure to connect over you and to get your thought process on the education journey, ma'am. If you may allow, can I ask you a few questions, ma'am?
Yes, please. Yes.
Ma'am, what are your views on the MCQ type question papers which CBSE has adopted recently for the first semester?
MCQs are good if you are testing the factual information from the students. But when it comes to languages, probably only the grammatical part, I feel, can be tested using MCQs, because the rest of it is, it needs to be analyzed. And children will have to express themselves. It depends on their perspective.
Right.
How they view it. So I feel the right blend of MCQs and a subjective paper would be the right thing.
Ma'am, there is a drastic change which has happened over a period of pandemic. Students were so comfortable attending the school, which was physical school. They have gone to online mode. Now again, they're coming back to the school. Do you think the blended is going to be a need for the hour, or it's going to be the future?
Much before the pandemic started, we had started using blended learning much before the pandemic started. So we started that in our school and it was working good. Probably I feel that is going to be what is in store for us in the future. So it's better that we adapt ourselves to that blended learning. That is going to be the in thing.
There is a talks going on in NEP 2020, which is talking about interdisciplinarity. Do you think that interdisciplinarity need to be refocused and given much priority at early ages in terms of early standards?
I think so. I think it should be done because you're talking about interdisparity, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I think if it is introduced early, then it is better for the children to adapt themselves to it. And also, they will be better equipped to handle their the atmosphere, the environment. And if it is introduced, yes, please.
There is a need. What happens is most of the times when we for the students, the only careers that we think for the students are medicines and engineering. Do you think there is a need for the future where there should be a career which is way beyond engineering and medicines? The creative career should be given more importance.
Certainly, yes. Certainly, yes. I think right now the trend is changing. Even in my school, I notice not all of them are going in for medicine and engineering. And certainly there is a need for us to equip the children with all the other career possibilities. We have career counseling introduced in our school. So we start that from grade 9 itself, and children are exposed to different careers. We have people from different areas and organizations coming and talking to our children. So I think the trend is changing now, and people are looking at alternate careers also. And a good initiative by the CBSE that they have introduced skilled education, skill-based education from 6th standard, grade 6. And that is actually helping the teachers as well as the children, because I have many of my teachers who are actually teaching what their passion is, whatever their interests are. So we follow the 80-20 Pareto's rule in our school. So the teacher who specializes in a subject handles that, as well as I give her one part of the subject where she can continue her passion. For instance, my kindergarten teachers take skill subject handicrafts.
Okay.
My Kannada teacher, because she is interested in art, I have given her art classes.
Okay.
So there is a very good blend, and teachers are happy because they are able to pursue their passions as well. The same thing is even reflected to the children.
Okay.
The children have also started accepting the teachers. A kindergarten teacher, they are enjoying her handicrafts class.
That's so nice, ma'am.
Similarly, the trend is changing now. I don't have children, many who say they want to become an engineer or a doctor in my school.
That's good, ma'am. Good to know that. There is a role to play because a child progression would happen from a school environment, which is a secure environment, to a university environment.
Yes.
What role a university can play along with the collaboration with school to make this transaction smooth?
If the universities can have a tie-up with the schools, it is good for both, I feel, because I can use the expertise which is prevalent in the universities to come and talk to my students, guide them, mentor them. Otherwise, we have very little access to the talent that is available in the universities. If there is a tie-up, then probably we can exchange ideas. They can identify children who are very good, because I believe every child has something special.
Absolutely agree, ma'am.
So we believe in that, we nurture that. So if there is a good blend between good association between the university and the school, it is going to benefit the school as well as the universities, because they will get their future students.
Absolutely agree with you, ma'am.
Yasin, can I add one thing?
Sure, sir.
Ma'am, I'm sure both of you must be knowing, we have not copied, we got inspired from UK only. Out there, they call it a taster program. The students go to the universities, 11th and 12th students, or O-level out there, A-level, O-level, and they visit all the faculty, meet the faculty members, students, and they get a feel of college life also.
Yes.
Otherwise, India till I think 10 years back, it was from school to university, but there were two different worlds. It was like thrown into the woods.
Correct.
So I'm very happy to hear from Madam Anuradha. They've got a different counseling department, and Yasin can definitely add a lot of value to that department. Yes, Yasin.
Then I look forward to it.
Yes. Sure, ma'am, because
Yasin
we also believe
more than 10,000 students.
Okay, that's nice.
Yes, Yasin.
So, ma'am, what we believe is every child is different. Every child is unique.
Yes.
So we should understand the uniqueness and guide him, mentor him, and motivate him to pursue the career in that domain.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
there are two different worlds that we are in. The first is what parents want the kid to be, and the second phase is what the kids want to be. So we need to make sure that we blend both the things together and come up with an innovative career, a progressive career, which can have a career progression for the child.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Ma'am, what is the message that you want to pass on to the students for passing on 12th grades?
Who are passing out 12th grade, is it?
Yeah.
Do what you want to do. Take the right decisions at the right time, because opportunities come to you once. Make the best of them and cherish what you do, and do whatever you do with passion. And don't look for shortcuts.
So nice of you, ma'am. It's perfect message. Yeah, it's perfect message for them. Yeah. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your time. It's honor to interact with you and so much learning from you, ma'am. Thank you so much.